Alan West lost his bid for re-election, and now he has moved on to a new job. He will be joining Fox News as their newest contributor. Alan West obviously has an interesting past. He's been known for saying some crazy things.
Yeah.
But I think that this probably makes all the sense in the world for Fox News. He's
The
exactly
least surprising story of the week.
Right.
I would
Well,
say.
and if there's any pleasure to be derived from this, you can look at it this way. Alan West took Dick Morris's job. So
Dick Morris is out.
Dick Morris is gone.
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
There's no more
that.
Dick Morris at Fox. There's no more Sarah Palin at Fox. So, but I like to think that it was Dick Morris's job, and because I have no idea that it was actually his job. But I love that Dick Morris is out of Fox, and of course that this is not news. It was a matter of when Alan West was going to be hired.
Yeah. It's unfortunate now we're not going to have any more Dick Morris predictions. Maybe he'll post them on his blog or Twitter or something.
Right. Well, we can predict when he's going to get hired somewhere again. So.
Which is what, never? I'm going to go with never.
Right.
Right.
Somehow these people they're like the whack-a-moles.
do,
They
man.
just pop up and they pop up and you just hit them over the head and then they pop up someplace.
Well, that's where being on the side of Coke Industries really helps you a lot, because there's somebody who's going to write you a check for something, even if you're a fat, ignorant shithead like Dick Morris.
Fat or not, just go with ignorant shithead.
Right, you're true. It's a low blow. The man can't help it if he has a weight problem.
Yeah.
It's the shithead
Yeah, I
part
guess
that
that's true.
bothers
Yeah,
me.
there's nobody with worse political instincts than Dick Morris.
None.
I think.
Well, he's just a loathsome human being too. I mean, this whole how to talk to a liberal with a baseball bat, and I
Well,
mean,
we
he
just
really
saw
contributes
that,
to the
didn't
most hideous. Sure, but I mean, he just contributes to the most hideous, vile desecration of our political culture. And as you can probably tell, I'm not all busted up over the fact that he's out of a job at the moment.
Yeah, I think he'll end up being fine. But now you can expect you will see Alan West on Fox News, and we want to prepare you and send you out there ready to watch it, knowing what you're getting into. So let's talk about why they hired him. So we have a quote. This is from Fox News' Bill Shine. This is a statement they gave to the Washington Post. He said that Representative West's congressional and military experience, along with his fearless approach to voicing key issues, will provide a valuable point of view to the Fox News lineup. So let's give you an idea of what that point of view has provided in the past. We've got some of the best quotes of Alan West that have been provided to us. Here he is talking about Debbie Wasserman Schultz. He says, "You have proven repeatedly that you are not a lady, therefore shall not be afforded due respect from me."
What is this, 1878?
It's a letter
I mean,
sent
it's like,
from the front in the Civil
I
War.
will
think.
not toss my cloak across the mud puddle to.
The only
Okay.
problem is there wouldn't have been a woman in the Congress at that point, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. So there he's attacking women, obviously. We've got, before he was a political figure, back in his time in Iraq, there was a scandal about how he had treated detainees. We have a quote from that. He was quoted as saying, "This is it, I'm going to count to 5 again, and if you don't give me what I want, I'm going to kill you." He then fired a shot a foot over the detainee's head. So there, he was running the mock execution. So classy stand-up guy during his military experience, which Fox News wants to highlight.
Yeah.
So that's great. We've also got him talking to a group of conservative women. This is interesting, his views on the dynamic between women and men in America. He says, "Liberal women have been neutering American men and bringing us to the point of this incredible weakness, to let them know that we are not going to have our men become subservient. That's what we need you to do. Because if you don't, then the debt will continue to grow."
I love that.
Deficits will continue to
This
grow.
is my
That's
favorite
awesome.
because I love this because this is like the ultimate non sequitur of all time.
Yeah.
You have robbed us of our precious bodily fluids, and therefore the deficits are worse.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What?
Apparently, if you need one thing to hold up a struggling economy, it's very large penises. And damn you, liberal women, for ruining that and thus ruining the economy. We've also got him, this is an interesting how he views himself. He was on the O'Reilly Factor, and he says, "The Democratic Party is a 21st century plantation. So I'm here as the modern day Harriet Tubman to kind of lead people on the Underground Railroad away from that plantation into a sense of sensibility." So his view of his role as an African American in the Republican Party, I think he might be off base there a little
Well,
bit.
what do you think Harriet Tubman would think of what he said to Debbie Wasserman Schultz?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
What do you think she would think about what he said about being a modern day Harriet
Well,
Tubman?
of course. I mean,
I don't-
that aside, but yeah, I mean, this is absurd. He lost his congressional seat because he's a crazy wacko, so it's perfect and appropriate that he wind up at Fox News. As a matter of fact, it's a great hire for Fox News.
They didn't mention
yeah.
that
He's exactly the
he
guy.
he has awesome photogenic hair. So he does have that. So he and Sean Hannity probably should be teaming up a lot because they're big on. And by the way, Fox also hired Dennis Kucinich, and I love me some Dennis Kucinich, but he's not the best looking guy. If you notice that the only liberals on Fox, it was Alan Colmes. Now it's Kucinich.
There's the guy
Meanwhile, the men,
Bob Beckel.
liberal.
Yeah.
the men are, like they should be up on the cakewalk. I'm too sexy for my shirt, and that
Until you
is
get
the
to
way.
Neil Cavuto, and then you're like, nah,
All right,
yeah.
so
They
he
thought he was a
accept-
Democrat. Yeah.
He looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, Krauthammer. That's
But by the way, because he's joining the media, we want to give you his views of the media. So here's a quote. This is after the WikiLeaks scandal came out. He said, "And I think that we also should be censoring the American news agencies which enabled Julian Assange to do this and also supported him and applauding him for his efforts." So a lot of respect there for the media and the First Amendment.
Well,
So
he's not joining the media, though. He's joining Fox.
that's a good point. It's just another arm of the party.
Yeah.